Hi, I want to tell you about an organization that I have started, KRAT'S House of Angels. And the reason I started this organization is to help victims of domestic violence. And what I will be doing with this organization, KRAT'S House of Angels, is assisting victims of domestic violence to escape their abusers by relocating them to a new state to start a fresh new life for themselves. And I'm doing this because 9 years ago, March 2014, my daughter was 27 years of age and she was 8 months pregnant when her abuser stabbed her 56 times. And by him stabbing her 56 times, that caused me to lose my daughter and to lose what would have been my first grandchild. So now it's just me and my other daughter, Rye, and we have been running an organization as advocates for domestic violence to help victims escape their abusers and to start a fresh new life for themselves. And the reason that I'm going live with this is because I need help. This is something I can't do by myself. I want to help victims across the United States to escape their abusers and start a fresh new life for themselves. No, we don't let the victim choose which state they go to because we can't take any chances on the victims running back to the abusers as fast as possible. By us relocating them to another state gives them a chance to have a fresh new life for them or for them and their children. Everybody does not need to stay with their abusers, and I don't tell anyone to leave their husbands or their wives. I've but I do make it known that you have a better chance by relocating to another state to start a fresh new life for yourself than if you would stay in the same state that you're in, because 70% of the chance you're going back to that abuser. And victims do stay with their abusers, and people do ask the question, why would they stay with that person and they study abusing them? I ask everyone never to judge a victim, to listen to a victim, hear them out, but never judge them. Just pray that they would leave that abuser alone and start a fresh new life on their own. But a lot of them are not strong enough to stay in the same state. And I believe if my daughter would have come back home to me in Michigan at the time, instead of staying in Texas, because once I found out she was being abused, I had told her to come back home. And I remember my child telling me, no, Mama, I make enough money to take care of me and my baby to be. I just need your help with me getting a new place. So that happened, but he still ended up taking my child's life, kicking her apartment door in, and apparently she was in the bathroom taking a shower. She heard it and she couldn't get out. Now, I was not there. I don't know all the facts, but from going to court, sitting through that trial, listening to the case, it seems like she tried to lock herself in that bathroom when she heard that door burst open. They had her handprints on the back of the door, and after he had kicked the apartment door open, he kicked the door open, knocking off the deadbolt lock, the chain, and the regular lock. And he couldn't get to her in the bathroom because she had that door locked, holding it with her hands. And it wasn't a window in that bathroom for her to get out of either. So they said he had kicked that door so hard for the bathroom door. He kicked that door in half, and that's how he was able to get to my child and do what he did. And I still have flashbacks to this day, 9 years later, imagining him kicking that door in, stabbing her 56 times, and then he's thinking she was dead. He runs off and runs down the stairs of the apartment with his hands on the bloody hands on the walls, going down the hall and on the railing. And she was still alive apparently at that time, because they said she could see when she crawled to her bedroom and reached for her cell phone, which her cell phone was still plugged in the wall, but she died at that time trying to call for help. why this is why I have KRAT'S House of Angels, because I don't want to see another victim the way I had to see my daughter laying in a casket holding her own baby in her arms. Domestic violence is deadly. This is a sin we have got to put a stop to. This is a horrific act of crime, and this is why I'm looking for people to support me, to be sponsors, to help me in this situation. Now, I'm giving my first conference for this domestic violence organization October 27th of 2023 out here in Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm asking that different domestic violence shelters and organizations and sex trafficking shelters and organizations, that you all will join in with me so that we can put an end to this. We are known to make shelters, they're always full when our victims need to get there. And a lot of shelters, most all shelters, will not take victims unless they reside in that state. I need things to change. I need to be able to send victims from Arizona to Michigan, or from Michigan to Texas, or from Texas to Alabama, or from Alabama to Utah, or from California to Florida. We need to make it possible for these victims to get a fresh new start. Yes, we have to send them to a shelter once they leave the state they're in until they can get on their feet. But during that time that they're in those shelters need to have programs that will train them how to become CNAs, or teach them how to get their first job. I'm going to continue to talk about this over and over. My website will be on this video when you look at it on TikTok, but I will say it to you now. Is K, like in Karen, R is in Rachel, A is in Ashton, T is in Tracy. And I gave it that name because that's my name, my daughter's name, and my granddaughter's name. And with those initials, I want all of you all to know that we have all been abused, and all four of us are angels of God. So this is why I came up with the name KRAT'S House of Angels, so I can get this organization up and running and doing everything we can to help victims, because me as an advocate, I will help victims of domestic violence for the rest of my life. I will partner up with sex trafficking organizations to help their victims. And yes, my organization only does female victims. I don't have anything against male victims. I do know that males are abused too, but it's the fact that it was me, both my daughters and my grandchild, that were victims, and we were all female. So that's why I do help female victims over male victims. If a male victim was to call, I do refer them to male organizations that they can call to seek help for themselves. So I just needed to get on here today to let you know what KRAT'S House of Angels is all about, and let you know I need everybody from every state. We need to all connect together to get involved. Pay for that plane ticket to come on out here to Phoenix, Arizona, to this domestic violence conference. And my goal is to have this conference and Purple Gala to go across the United States. So I don't want this domestic violence conference just to be in Phoenix, Arizona every year. I want it to be in a new state every year, us going around the United States saying that we're going to put an end to this act of violence. And like I say, I can't do it by myself. Therefore, I need everybody joining in to help me. And the word of God says we have not because we ask not. So I am asking everybody that has a heart, that has lost someone to domestic violence or to sex trafficking, become a part of this program, become a part of this organization. We're looking for advocates, we're looking for accountants, we're looking for attorneys, we're looking for people just to be sponsors and investors to donate into our program. And I will be on here regularly now, from now on, telling you what it is that KRAT'S House of Angel needs, and asking that everyone will join this conference that's willing to help out with domestic violence and sex trafficking. So I look forward to talking to you again on another day. I'm going to end it now, but I will be back every day telling you what I need for KRAT'S House of Angels, how we can help victims and sex traffickers to get off the street and get away from their abusers. We need to help each other. We don't need to stand apart. We need to stand together. I don't care whether you're black, white, Hispanic, Filipino, whatever, African. We all need to get together, because domestic violence does not just come in one race. It comes in all races. So be a supporter. Join in to help me with this program. Check out my website, KRAT'S and see what you can do to help us. Okay? Thank you very much, and you all have a blessed day.